Good evening, and welcome to the Village Talk Show. Another week. What's good, people?
What's going on? How's everything going? Um,
Great. Life is great.
yeah, life is all right. Life is all right. Life is quite the interesting phenomenon, right? It's hard for us to understand, but enjoying it nonetheless.
Yeah,
Uh,
why you say there's some interesting things happening? What's happening?
it's like you never understand it. It's just it's at its best,
Hmm.
at its worst. It's just life, right? What are the issues?
I
How do
got
you
you.
how do you work with it? Like you wake up one day, you're like, I'm good. Wake up the next day, you're like, um, interesting. I question. My StreamYard, it shows like it has yeah. What's going on with that? Like John's name is my name now.
Hold on. I thought I updated it here. Um, I did. I don't know. I don't know why, but change it in here. Oh, it did change. So it did change. Updated. So, but anyways, how you doing, John? How's the week going?
Bless. What's going on?
I was just talking, here really, Logic saying life is interesting. Never know what's gonna happen. You guys just gotta be grateful and thankful for what's going on.
And,
So
Amen.
and enjoy the moment. So what's going on, John?
Yes.
John, my boy.
Can you hear me?
Trump and Mamdani gonna meet. You think that's gonna go?
Uh, I
As usual.
I think he's going to be enamored by Trump.
Enamored, you say?
Yeah, enamored. Yes, because because
Really?
I'm bedazzled. I think.
Why? Like Mamdani?
Yeah, Mamdani.
Be enamored by Trump though?
Yes.
Wait, expand on that. I wouldn't think so based on what I see.
You might not think so based on what you see, but um, yeah, Trump is bedazzling and full of glory, and Mamdani is just a peasant in his eyes, and so and so um, Trump, Mamdani is just going to be like bedazzled, right? And try to very much to please Trump. He's gonna hold out
No, I
for a
don't
little,
think so.
but
What I think is he's going to try to play to the crowd,
Yeah, I
play his
think that's
base.
probably more so really, and just really talk about what he's really gonna try and push the same way until if whether or not he get it through. But even when he was running in the campaign, he he used he constantly used Trump and Cuomo as like his boxing bag, you know. To be enamored, man, nah, not even. I can't see that happening, you know. Um, but I do think he might even piss off Trump a bit too.
I think
I don't know.
when Trump called him a commie or whatever it is, it all depends what
Who you
eh.
okay? So here's a question: Who do you think is more likely to be shaking in their boots, Trump or Mamdani?
Um, I think Mandami will be shaking, not shaking in the boots, just to just to be in that position to irrespective. He's still the president. You got to respect for the office. I think that's what's going to but it also might humble him too. But it also depends upon. He's not going to allow Trump to belittle him or anything like that, and I don't think Trump is going to do that to him either. I think if we're talking about the affordability issue, I think we're going to work around it. All these other issues, but Mandami cannot fall victim to the press. What if Trump says this? What don't buy into that, because if he does that, Trump's going to beat him all the time. Trump's going to embarrass him.
Yeah. I agree. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm maybe enamored might not be the right word, but bedazzled probably a better word for what's going to happen. But I think that is going to affect him more, right? It's going to affect Mamdani more.
It's the pressure, He got to deliver. This guy got to deliver, no matter what. Yeah. He got to deliver.
And one of the things is like, you're expecting more ICE agents in New York. So how why the push all of a sudden? Because the head of Homeland Securities has intimated that you will have more ICE agents coming to New York to find out what's up and what's going on. And so handling that is going to be an issue for him as well.
Okay. And I guess will it be interesting? We shall see. All right. Something else that I saw too really is the council member, I think Chiose, wanted to challenge Hakeem.
Yeah, Chiose.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's really the news cycle highlights generational shift, or progressive focus versus centrist focus. Hakeem being centrist and Chi being more progressive. What do y'all think about that?
I hate when they label themselves or call themselves progressive. Mm-hmm. Right? It's just a way to say I'm more to the left. I'm far left, right? Or we call it progressive because we think that our changes are beneficial to the world, right? Don't know. I hate when people pretty up who they are.
Well, I don't necessarily think they.
It's a real challenge though, because Chiose is an implant, right?
An implant?
Yeah, he's an implant.
Wait, what? How you figured that? Why you say that?
He's put in there by a certain shift in the population. That's why he got elected, right? He got, it's not a simple campaign. He's placed there to run, and he will give Hakeem Jeffries.
Who placed him there?
So there's a certain push by certain people, not necessarily young people per se, but he's an insurgent. What do you call it, John? An insurgent candidate?
No, John kicked out. Probably have to come back in.
Right, but it's an insurgent. Is an insurgent candidate. So he's placed in there to be an interrupter, be a candidate by the far left, like the Socialist Party, to like a Mamdani, right?
So when you say placed or inserted and everything, I'm wondering, would someone use that as a validation to a claim that voting or the political process doesn't often go in the way that the people expect it to go? Because I'm
No, that's not what I'm saying. Because I'm not gonna say that he's going to interrupt. Pardon me, I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm not gonna say that people are not gonna vote or he's gonna interrupt the voting process. He's there as an interrupter, as an insurgent candidate to challenge Hakeem Jeffries, and he's going to get a lot of votes. He might not get my vote, he might not get my wife's vote, but he's going to get people, the gentrifiers. He's going to get the people who are just moving in to our community, the people who are that's helped to make Mandani the mayor. Those individuals are going to push Chiose. So over the next year or over the next 8 months, Hakeem Jeffries can't just say, "Hey, I am the speaker, you know, of the House to be," right? Because he might not get there because this guy is a viable candidate to. I'm not saying that he's going to beat him, but I'm saying that he should not be taken lightly.
You would agree it's a good thing in a sense.
No, I don't think it's a good thing. I don't think it's a good
Why?
thing. I think it's horrific that he decided to jump into this campaign because, you know, I mean, technically he doesn't have. He's a city council. He has nothing to lose.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what if he feel like he could do just as good a job or better?
But you can't. That's not really how Congress works, right? The longer you're there, the more power you have. The newer you are, the less power you have.
I mean, I'm thinking of Mamdani now. Maybe this applies to
because
me.
remember, it's a position on a puzzle, right? So, are you a corner piece, a centerpiece of the puzzle? How important? Like, it's not. Well, the puzzle might not be a good example because if you're missing a piece in the puzzle, you start saying, "Oh my God!" But it's when you're in Congress, he's not going to come in as a rookie and gain political power. You know, the people who've been in office for a while is going to eat them up, right? So it's not come in and be a powerful figure in Congress. It's come in, pay your dues before you can gain any notoriety in Congress.
That's it's quite something. Because you know, when I even think about that aspect of notoriety or paying your dues, and I might say maybe someone who doesn't have that much experience in the, like say, in Congress, but they've done such a great job over a year, like showing that they're able to do, they still probably wouldn't get the position that they would want because they haven't been there long enough. It's like that qualification.
They won't get a committee, right? That's when you start becoming powerful, right? It's the committee and what the committee can do. So the finance committee is a big deal, right? Because you control the money. The judiciary committee is a big deal, or education committee chair, or you know, those things are not happening because those people get appointed by the person who leads the party. You get what I'm saying? So as a rookie, you think he's going to get those things when he has not paid any dues? That's kind of what it is. Like even Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who now been in office for about 3 or 4 terms, still doesn't have a lot of power in Congress. She has a voice, but not a lot of power.
Would you say it's because of her, I guess, so far left?
That's part of it.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, she might be head of a faction, right? Because you're coming in as a group, right?
Mhm.
That puts you in there. The far left movement. So you have a couple of people who are in Congress who are very supportive of her ideologies.
Mm.
But she's even. I mean, when she came in, now she's built more power, right? Because she's won her community. She was 28 when she got elected. She's probably I'm not sure how long she's been in office. Maybe it's 7 or 8 years that she's been in office.
36 now.
Right. So she's been in office. It's her fourth term, and when she get elected again, it would be her fifth term. So she's gained access because Hakeem has been in office for I believe he got elected in 2012 when around that time, because he took around, no, not 2012. Hakeem, Ed Towns, Towns' seats. I think about 2014. So he's been in office for about 10 years.
Yeah.
So he's doing fairly well for himself.
Yeah. In terms of, I guess, not a topic itself, one that you seem to been hype about, really, this Epstein file and Trump signing. I think he signed a bill himself to get those files released. So what do you think?
Well, he's still doing a little bit of protecting himself, right? In the finance, but
Do you think it's gonna matter greatly regarding whether he signed or not? I mean, or
it's the bill. Again, last week I was talking to you guys about it, but it's about securing your legacy, right? It's your legacy, just like I'm concerned about my legacy, right? And I'm small time in
Mhm.
right. Everybody's concerned about their legacy and what it is that they have done. And so the Epstein file might taint him and his presidential run. That's why it's a Democrat versus Republican, because they want to put him down as one of the greatest presidents ever,
Yeah.
and to show that he was a pedophile and a drug trafficker, and will affect what he's leaving behind.
Yeah. Yeah, like I say, he's still kind of like skating around it, but yeah, the push is there. So I'm just like as you said, legacy aspect of it really is what probably might matter more so for him. But it's also like a smoke and mirrors in a sense that but I'm not so like, oh my gosh, release them files. Like, we know what this man is like. There's a bunch around in the circle that seems to be the same way. In terms of what's going on in Jamaica and just
Go back to the Epstein for a moment and a couple other things.
Rewind.
Right. Epstein is a shocker for the world. So it's not just Donald Trump,
right,
who's heavily concerned about Epstein. It's the releasing of who his clients were. So people are talking about Donald Trump, but it's not just Donald Trump, right? It's the Bill Clintons of the world as well, right? Who are part of those conversations. It's the P. Diddy. It's the Jay-Z. Because remember, when you're in that circle of elitism, right? There are a number of people who are part of the conversation that are shaking in their boots. Will my name be released? So it's not just Donald Trump, right? And it's not just what he did, but who was his co-conspirator in these actions.
Yeah.
So Donald Trump, yeah, might be nervous, but there are a whole bunch of people out there. If they release the names of the clients and the acceptor and his affiliation, right? So, and we don't know whose name are going to be redacted.
Yeah. Someone texted me, said that there's probably nothing in the files. That's why I signed it.
Yeah. Well, there has to be, because he killed himself, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's interesting. Was he forced to kill himself? Right? Was somebody like, yo, we'll take care of this. If you go, because if you testify, going to create an issue. All these things are, they might sound far fetched, but they're real, and somebody's not going to kill themselves because they're frustrated with jail alone. There's more to it. There's more. Killing yourself generally means that you don't see a way out. Than to get rid of yourself.
You think that's what he probably felt like there wasn't a way out?
Absolutely. I absolutely didn't see a way out, and decided that that's what he wanted to why he wanted to end it.
Yeah. I when I see stuff like, I see stuff like that, really, and I think about the majority of these things that's going on that we don't even necessarily know about. I think being informed about it and really going different angles, it seems to me that, how do I put this? When I have to figure out how I want to phrase that itself.
I think Dr. Brian is available.
What's good, Dr. Brian? Join.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Yeah. You're doing the John now, driving in the car.
Listen.
The car.
No, I'm not following John's footsteps at all. But I wanted to get on, so that's
all right. Well, we just kind of highlight the Epstein stuff. Any thoughts on the Epstein files and Mr. Mann signing the bill?
He signed the bill to get people off his back, but the thing is, he put a monkey wrench in it. Biden, you put limitation on what you can and cannot say or show or do. So, yeah, he fulfilled. I guess he pacified everyone, but at the end of the day, he already knew. If he had signed a bill before he said go and investigate such and such, then I would say, okay, he fulfilled his so-called whatever duties. But no, you ask them to investigate your so-called enemies, Democrat enemies, and then you say you're going to sign it because you can't show everything now. Stupidity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can't say that he didn't want it signed, but then what's tied to it? Their hands are tied. Or he has his person taking out some key things about him out of it.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed the beginning.
Was crazy.
Wait.
I want to start off.
Talk about my
Oh.
cup, right? I want to talk about my cup for a minute. Look at this cup. Just colors, depending
No, okay.
on the temperature.
How you feel? Oh, okay, it's red. So that means it's hot.
No, so red is like the original color. So now I some apple juice in it, and you can see it's like it turned dark purple, like a bruise. You know, I don't remember what color it turns if it's hot, but it's just interesting. I don't know. I'm just saying it's from Starbucks. So like, I stole it from my brother like a couple months ago. Oh, today's his birthday too.
Oh, happy birthday,
his birthday.
Dr. Cameron.
Yes.
I do want to send my heartfelt condolences to one of our partners that come on, Kareem Bessa, and his family for the loss of his brother. So
Absolutely.
we definitely want to send our really heartfelt condolences. Real young, and just praying for. You know, when death happened unexpectedly, it's hard. It hits you different compared to somebody. Death hits you, period. But when the person wasn't ill in regards to, yeah, that part is the part that is troublesome. So, yeah, praying that God will heal them during this difficult part.
The struggle is real, right? And so like one first of all, the grief is death's grief for one person is grave, right? It's grave. Don't be blowing your horn on the air. Like, really, like, seriously, like ladies and gentlemen,
I do.
road rage on the air.
I do not have road rage, Roger. Cut it out.
Right? Like showing road rage on the air. But you know, go back to what we were talking about. But death is real for individuals, right? For families, for friends. Whether it's the person's 98 or the person's a couple of months, right? Death is real, and the world views it strangely differently, right? For their in their own eyes, right? And you know, whether the sickness was long or no. I'm not saying in his case. I'm just saying whether death overall.
No, I'm talking.
Right. You know, whether the sickness was long or tragic, or you know, as we call it, our tragic loss out to Kareem and his family on the tragic loss of his younger brother, you know. And so, you know, it's heartfelt, you know. I mean, the stories. I finally found out the story of one of my cousin that how she passed away. That second person called me, who I spoke to, and that person also died, you know, from cardiac arrest. You know, so these three deaths are all people within my contemporary.
Yeah, like a former colleague of mine, her funeral was on Monday, and that was a tragic death as well, because when there's injury, when there's anything, I think we spoke about this before. Blood clots and aneurysm are something that you can't predict, and that's the part. That part. When, like you said, tragically,
Yeah, yeah. It's. I feel a little chilly. Like, am I getting sick? Sorry,
I pray not.
I'm put on a blanket, guys. I'm sorry about that. Let me just get a blanket on. Can't afford to get sick. And it's not like my house is cold, you know.
Right.
So
Right.
I might look a little funny on television. Sorry, but if I feel a little chilly, I'm not gonna let
Put a sweater on.
let TV change that make me sick because I want to look a certain way. So sorry about that. It's a major chill that's happening.
Yeah.
What? So on a light, sorry about that. I thought I just stopped it. The conversation. Let's on a lighter subject. Thanksgiving. What's
I see you. You send the chat, and I say, "What's we doing?" And I say, "You know what? Since as you put in the chat, everybody should just come by you instead, man."
Wait. What chat? What chat? Your family chat?
Yeah,
it was a family chat, but I mean, shoot, Joanne is invited too.
Okay, listeners, you hear this?
Yeah, that sounds good on paper, but I think my wife would probably beat my ass.
Everybody who's coming, cook something.
That's true. Everybody cooks something.
Yeah.
So a potluck. You're having more of a Thanksgiving potluck.
It would definitely. If I were to do that, it would 100% be potluck. Because let me tell you, I've hosted a couple family events, and Andre has hosted a couple family events. He and I host, and my cousin Rose host the most family events, and the cleanup is real, right? The cleanup is real. So maybe Andre, we have never been invited over to Dr. Brian's house, right?
That's a good point right there.
Yeah, we've never been invited, and so
when I had the space, you didn't come. So there you go.
That's not true. That's not true. I came to Long Island. Right. I've been to your crib, but we've never been invited for a social gathering.
Okay.
So
well, I'm not ready for the social gathering yet. In due time, because you know what? To be honest with you,
you've lived there for close to 10 years. I don't want to hear that crap. You lived there for very close to 10 years where you live now. So I'm not.
No, I did not. I have not. But you know what? I am.
Wait.
Hold on. Don't worry about that.
I said very close to 10 years. So
you're sure. I'm not.
I said close. I said close. I said close to 10 years. So we moved there at least 2016, right? If not,
2017. 2017. Correction.
So John, if you live someplace for 8 years,
sorry for the delay. I apologize. I had to deal with something with work. I apologize.
No, that's all right. But my question to you is, if you live someplace close to 8 years or over 8 years, isn't that close to 10 years? Right? I just want to ask that question because somebody's trying to say, well, it's not close to 10 years.
What's the question?
I'm just saying that, we've been invited to a number of places, and I'm saying Dr. Brian is full of crap, right?
Oh, you came to something social that I have had.
No, what
cut it out.
What did you have? I came to your house, but I don't remember coming to anything social. John, did you ever get invited to an event at Joanne's house?
Yes.
At her house?
No, events that she sponsored.
Right. Exactly. So we were talking about Thanksgiving dinner. That's
Oh
what we-
no. To be honest with you, to do social.
Oh yeah, you know what? Hold on. Dr. Bryant did. I think you invited us all to your mom's one time.
Yep, mom's birthday.
Yes,
Mom's
it was.
birthday. Yes, it was.
Yes, you sure did. Yep, you sure did. Yep.
But not at her house though.
Why you want to come to
Not
my
at mom's house.
All right.
Yeah.
So
You want to come to my house? I'm like,
so John,
listen,
anyway,
you're good.
I no problem. You won the argument.
Thank you, John.
No. You won the argument. You won. So John, we were just talking about Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving plans. You know, what if any are we invited? I think that's what if any and are we invited? That's what we're talking about.
Invited Thanksgiving?
What if any and are we invited? That's the question.
Of course. You're always invited to break bread with me. No problem.
Where are we going? You know.
Hey man, we'll find a restaurant to go to.
Yeah, we could go on the line that just serving and eat and bake bread with those people. Andre is muted.
You know, I mean, you know, I'm not a big holiday person.
I am. I love when I was younger, right? When I was younger, holidays. As I got older, I really get upset about it, to be honest with you, because when I was young, so when I was younger, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's were a big deal for my family, right? When in the very early '80s, when you weren't born yet, Dr. Bryant, you know, because you look so young, I have to say that you definitely were born close to the '90s. But when I'm
really, Roger, full of crap.
No,
you put it on today, baby. You put it on.
She dead. Yo, John, let's be honest. Doesn't Dr. Bryant look like damn good, like damn young, like seriously? You know, she looks like hot, like crazy. She's in her late.
Roger,
yes.
Cut it out.
So you don't think you look hot?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you get on my nerves. I'm getting on my nerves.
No, but I'm just you know what I was saying is so we all lived in one house at the onset. So for a few years, we all lived in one house, and then we all moved out and branched out to different houses. But during these Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, we had families to go to. I don't know if Andre remember, we used to go to mom, our grandmother's house.
Grandma Ida.
Yeah. And we'll go there and everybody's there. You know, we had.
Yes, I remember going to Grandma Ida. I remember going to your house.
Yeah.
You know? So those were the two places I remember going to the most.
Yeah. You know, so you know, and get out and eat. So family, those holidays were a big deal to me, John. Very big deal.
Yeah.
If I don't go to somebody's house, a family event, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Okay, so create your own event.
I don't want to.
Okay. Then you disappoint your own self.
I don't want to because I feel like Andre and Andre's dad, you know, and me or Rose, I feel like our family is big enough that somebody else can take the leap. Yeah.
Okay, but you don't know everybody's pocket. Remember that.
But we're talking
you don't know everybody's situation.
Yeah, we could do potluck.
Yeah.
No,
That's what
why
you
not?
did now.
You know, whoever is hosting can say, "Hey, that's what we do."
But you know, similar to what John said, some people may not necessarily be the holiday type, and some people just don't want something to be happening at their house. You know, some people don't like the carousing. As I remember growing up, my mom, I would say, "I can't bother with the carousing." So that's what it is. Sometimes people just say, I'd rather go somebody else's place.
Yeah, I'd rather just chill home, watch some football, and just chill, man.
I've done that. I've done that too. I've done.
That's it, man. Just chill, man. That's it. That's all I want to do.
I have a large family, so it's not like it's not like I would be alone per se, because all of my kids, all of my children, they're all off, and my wife is going to be home. I think my parents are going to be both here, so
so you guys are gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Good time.
Where's mommy?
She's in the car.
On the phone, probably.
Yeah.
Let me get some of the chips, man. Come here. Really?
So I have a question for you, off topic, completely off topic. What do you think the meeting tomorrow with our president and our incoming mayor what is it gonna do?
We spoke about it earlier. So
Earlier. What do you think?
Yeah, I missed that part. I don't know. I think it's a waste of time.
Dragic said that Mamdani will be enamored by Trump.
Enamored.
Enamored.
Yes.
Is it the same thing?
My thing with the mayor elect is he cannot fall victim to the press trying to create division between him and the president.
Okay.
They want to do the same thing for the people. The way in which they do it, it's different. Respect it. He's going to need help from Washington to do certain things. Where we can agree, we will agree. Where we disagree, we can disagree as gentlemen, as statesmen. When we disagree, all this back and forth and name calling, I think it's unnecessary. If I disagree with you, I'm gonna say, hey, I don't agree with you. Maybe we can do another way. If you can't, then that's a point. I live to fight another day. It does not have to be a fight, and that's what I think. And Mayor-elect Mamdani to the press, creating an atmosphere of divisiveness, which they will try to do. We should definitely, from the New York Post to all the other, newspapers. They want to create a divisive. They want to create a divide. Don't fall for it. Go in there. If it's about the affordability agenda, how can we do it? I know you have your issue with. I don't agree with the way with taking people off the street, whatever it is. But where we can work out, if it let me say, if it comes to getting violent immigrants and non-immigrants off the street, I'm all for that. But at the same time, we can't sweep the innocent people. But we just have to find another way. I will cooperate with you at times. But at times I will push back against you. And it's nothing personal. I'm just fighting for the same people that you're fighting for.
Right.
And that's it. And just keep it rolling. Be definitely. You have to respect. You have to respect the office and show respect to the office. I think Trump, was disrespectful calling him a commie. No need for that. But
he is a commie.
And if I was Mandela, I would make a joke of it. Yeah, I'm the commie mayor coming. Just to make light of it. But don't fall into the trap with the press.
I think, John, I didn't really look at it from that angle, but your full 100 on.
Can I play for your radio show?
I don't know. Grace wants to play it for the radio, but I don't. All right, let's hear it before I answer the question. Hurry up, man.
All right, I'm gonna play Ode to Joy for you guys with my guitar. All right. Oh Lord. I messed up.
That's
man.
because It was worth it was worth something, because at least I never seen him as being musically inclined, because he hates to dance, he hates to sing. He's like, you give him the violin, I don't want to play. So for him to be practicing his guitar, I'm proud. You know, maybe I could get him to go to church and play the guitar at church, bring his musical instrument. You know, so
Yeah. So, but I mean, I play
what I was saying, John, is I didn't look at it from the angle, but you're right. The press is looking for sound bites. Will be looking for sound bites.
Exactly.
Sell newspaper and sell conversations. That's what I think is going to happen. Real strong soundbite. Even if they have a lot of agreement, they want to focus on the negative.
Right.
I believe that's what will happen.
Right. You know what I actually have been noticing when you mention the negative, the last couple of days, this week in particular, I'm not sure if it's the governor of Louisiana or I don't think it's Tennessee, but this conversation where he was disappointed about something and he mentioned, they should lynch them, they should hang them on a tree. And I said to myself, wow, here it is. Official is going about telling people to lynch and hang people. That is very disappointing. Very, very much.
Who's this? Really?
I think she frozen. Who was John talking about?
She was saying, somebody was saying about lynching and using negative comments.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry. So now the next thing that happened, I see that Trump started saying the same thing about hanging
Saying what?
people. About hanging people. The Democrats that disagree and that actually promoted military officials to completely disregard and follow orders should get hung. I'm like, what? What is this? This conversation about hanging people, where is that coming from? That, it's dangerous because a lot of his followers, they hang by, they stay, and listen to every word that this man states, and they take it literal. So, this type of conversation in regards to hanging people is unacceptable. And pay attention to it because it's becoming more and more common. I noticed that twice this week. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not cool.
That's I'm not aware of those comments, but
I'll send it to you.
Those are some serious comments to make in light.
Correct. I agree.
Especially being in political office, but just overall as individuals, because we have come so far, but we're going back so back. We're going backwards instead of moving forward.
That would be irresponsible. It's irresponsible. Those are irresponsible words, especially at that high-ranking leadership level, since you have millions and billions of followers who hang on to your word.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. That's the unfortunate part. So, in this season, in this climate, we have to be very, very vigilant and just be very careful out there. Use your words wisely. And,
Yo, hold on. I'm sorry. Something just came to my mind, which has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I wish Andre was on screen to Google the exact name. One ICE agent, right? One ICE agent was on the chopping block to be deported because he's from Mexico, and then
Oh,
and so he's
So what happened?
so this agent in Chicago. He was an ICE agent, and he went to do something or get promoted or something like that. And when they went to go look at it, they found out that he's not an American citizen,
and he's working for ICE.
and he's working for ICE. And
That's awesome.
the irony, he's now on the chopping blocks to be deported, if not be deported, already back to Mexico. Andre, you found the story, right? It's a big deal.
Why is it a big deal?
Because
That's the
it's karma. It's karma. You know,
Not me, not me. Anybody else? Not me, not me. Those type of people, right?
NIMBY, not in my backyard, not me.
Yes.
Right. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can find the story.
Yeah, I seen a story. Yeah. I seen a story as such.
You see it?
No, I'm not seeing a story as.
Oh, okay. So this is on CNN. So let's see it. So, you know, the interesting thing about when we talk about deportation, he deported thousands of people, then learned he was undocumented. So this is in Texas, San Benito, Texas. Raul Rodriguez said he'll never forget the moment he realized that his life was built on a lie. Right. So he was sent on the chopping blocks. So his name is Raul Rodriguez, Andres. If you look it up, you'll find it. Raul Rodriguez. All right. And it's there. So
Yeah, I just see it now. Man, he deported thousands, then learned he was undocumented.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that ironic? Isn't that ironic?
So the interesting conversation is, if you're a nationalist, you're very happy with deportation, right? It only comes into play when you are. And I was talking about this. I don't know if it was I brought it up last week. America is not a real melting pot. America has different races, different people, but they're not. It's not a melting pot, because each generation of people or each ethnic, cultural person, they have their own spot in a state, in a city. You have your Chinatown, your Italian, your little Italy, your little Puerto Rico, your Dominican center. If I said to you, where do a lot of Dominicans live? Everybody go Washington Heights, Bushwick. Where you find a lot of Caribbean. Oh, we find a lot of Caribbean in the Bronx, in central Brooklyn, like East Flatbush, right? I mean, we're all over, but for the most part, you find that with Chinatown. Chinatown is in Brooklyn. There's one. Little Russia, there's one. So going back to the immigration conversation, people might talk about the melting pot. America's not really no damn melting pots. And if you're a nationalist, that's the campaign he ran on. So this guy who's talking about the switch, he was part of that campaign until he found out that he wasn't. Right, and he didn't belong. So I don't know. I think it all depends on your belief in immigration and the immigration policy. Right? Mine is they should cut out ICE. Like, you should start giving amnesty. That's my policy. That's my thought process on immigration. Like, everybody does not need to be deported. Right. That's so. But it was just I just brought up the story because it's ironic about what
Yeah.
well, he does deserve to be deported because of what of the
Yeah.
irony and the karma. But they should give him an exempt.
He said he didn't know.
They should.
That was an interesting one there.
What does that comment say? America is a just corp. Yes, it is. Hey,
Just a
hey,
corporation.
Village haven't spoken to you. You haven't been on for a minute. All right. But what's going on? Benev. Right. Right. Like what was the next thing, Andre, that we were talking about? I was missing you as you were leading the charge on our discussion.
So there's this other one about Jessica Tish to stay on as commissioner on the Zoran.
Is she really
It's
staying
like-
though, or she just helping with the transition job?
So they say mayor confirmed plans to retain her. Decision aims to reassure law enforcement amid concerns over Mamdani's progressive policy. Her tenure is focused on tech-driven policing and crime reduction strategies, but critics question whether her approach aligns with Mamdani's. So they have that disagreement. But apparently, Mamdani, I guess, is okay with having people who have different viewpoint. So it's the questions are really, does her staying undermine his progressive mandate, and how can New York City balance public safety with calls for police reform?
And they're also talking about putting more people with mental health background in the force, so they can deal. They want to expand 988, which is the mental health line, and also expand officers addressing mental health concerns. So, first of all, I think it's a good look. I'm big on consistency, John. Right, I'm very big in consistency. You have something to work out. The commissioner, those are political appointment. You are the constant changes mean constant changes in laws as well.
That's that kind of breaks down structures as well too.
Yeah, and so I'm glad that they are making the effort to try to, because I know so public safety is a big deal, right? Public safety is a big deal. So kudos for him.
Yeah.
John, I don't know if you remember him. You remember Robert Boyce?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So I just spoke to him today. He's like Robert Boyce was the chief of police. He was a 4-star chief of police, Andre.
How you doing?
He's doing good.
He retired.
He retired a while back. He's just doing a little something on the side, but he's good. So I was excited to talk to him. I remember when he was just inspector back at the 6-7.
Inspector Boyce, yes.
And became a chief, and then big chief, and then 2-star and 3-star, and I believe he ended up being a 4-star chief, because he was head of a couple of big things in the police precinct.
You know who I would actually, I'm curious to hear though. The guy that came on a couple of times, Corey Piggies.
I haven't spoken to him in a minute. I could always give him a call. Corey and Inspector Celebra, a couple of those guys who, in law enforcement. I could reach out and say hello.
Yeah, definitely would curious to hear them. Something else that I was looking at too was that, what's her name?
Wait, go 1 second.
Yeah.
John, overall crimes have been going down. When I say major felonies have decreased a lot, right? And so public safety has increased. I mean, there's certain crimes like car theft, people leaving their car open and they getting the car stolen. Couple other, people take kids, young people stealing cell phones out of people's hands. Those crimes have increased, but the cell phone issue has always been a problem. So one other issue is you might not agree with Commissioner Tisch, but the pattern shows improvement. So therefore, that pattern needs to continue. And the same thing, like I said, with Jamaica, as crime is decreasing and public safety is getting better, people are doing much better economically as well, because they're coming out, they're shopping, they're doing this, and the expectation changes. So it's a good look. I just wanted to add that. You were saying,
in terms of just, I saw this headline about a Democratic Congresswoman charged with stealing $5 million.
oh, yeah, tell me about that.
You mean the congresswoman from Florida?
Representing Sheila Trefilis McCormick. And so indicted for the federal grand jury and charged of stealing $5 million in federal emergency money, FEMA money, which she is accused of laundering to support her 2021 congressional campaign. It says she was charged with embezzling $5 million. Prosecutors allege the funds were divided to personal expenses, illegal campaign contributions, highlighting vulnerabilities in federal disaster aid. And I just seeing that itself also made me think about how when disasters happen and how organizations who claim that they're going to go in and help out communities, and more times most of the money going to them, or like the person who runs those organizations are like sitting on millions of money while the place that they're supposed to help is still struggling. So it's just a question of how to ensure funds go to disaster relief, or how FEMA can ensure that they strengthen safeguards against fraud. I guess in a sense, what are your thoughts on that?
I guess Andre, all the safeguards weren't put in place. Pandemic, we couldn't put those safeguards in place to prevent fraud, waste, and abuse, and as a result, a lot of people are being caught up years later. And what's difficult is they didn't have the necessary documents to prove whether or not they did actually engage in this big activity. So, I mean, we're going to hear more of this, because this is the time that this administration is going to recoup as much as it can in order to divert some of that money to these tax cuts and everything else. So they're going to go after them hard. And that's another reason they're going after, the Americans don't come in the country because of the benefits, So just beware, villagers. Just beware. Beware and be ready.
Yeah. There's a lot of the fraud stuff, really. I mean, I just think
people really took advantage of it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it messes it up for the honest people who actually need the help.
That is true. And there's so much of this that constantly happen. Sometimes it just like befuddles me. It's a nice word right there. It shocks me that this is a thing that continues to happen. But again, sometimes I'm not surprised where the system of corruption plays out. So that was something I come across. The last thing we have here really is regarding funeral for Dick Cheney. It was an invite-only affair, and Trump was not invited. Former vice president, he was died at 84, honored in a private invite-only funeral. And Trump was notably excluded, reflecting Cheney's outspoken criticism of Trump in recent years. Legacy includes shaping 9/11 foreign policy, expanding executive power, which influenced later admin and his later life opposition to Trump, positioned him as a rare Republican voice against authoritarian tendencies. So what does Cheney's exclusion of Trump signal about the future of the GOP, or does it really matter? All right.
Sorry.
It's also okay.
I'm sorry. You know, hey, I just want to wish all the villagers a happy Thanksgiving. Take this time to.
Wait, you heard what I was saying? You heard
No.
what I was saying about Dick Cheney?
Oh yeah, the funeral.
Yeah, like what do you think it matters regarding him, regarding the invite not including Trump?
No, I you know what? That's the Cheney family. I respect it. They don't want me there, then I wouldn't show up.
Mhm.
But he can't show up because they don't want him there.
Yeah, okay, fine. I respect that. That's his decision, and I have nothing to say. I would just wish the family and them, Godspeed, and that's it.
Yeah, but I don't see him doing that though.
I said, hopefully he does that.
He did not. He did not. He didn't even acknowledge the man's death.
Yeah.
So why should
And as a vice president, he should lie in state. Should have,
it was tacky. It was tacky completely, because the thing is, any former vice president and he's a Republican too. That's that part.
Yeah.
So
He didn't endorse him. Him and his daughter got issues with them. God bless.
It just, yeah, but you know what? At least
He's
say
a vice
hey,
president.
something on his behalf. He didn't do that.
He should have laid in state.
Acknowledge it.
No, he should have been in Washington and laid in state as a vice president of the United, former vice president of the
Well,
United
my villagers, hey, I have to run to do some work. I just want to wish my co-host, our leader, our fearless leader, Sophia, Andre, Roderick, Dr. Bryant. I want to wish all the villagers a happy and healthy Thanksgiving. Take this time to reflect upon how thankful we are to be able to, hopefully we live to see the Thanksgiving and continue. So I just want to say, God bless everyone, as Tiny Tim would say.
Yeah, thank you, John, and obviously same to you.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Well, and big up to your children, as well. It's yes, Dr. Bryant, your word tacky.
Mm-hmm.
It is tacky. It's
Mm-hmm.
unbecoming as a leader.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things, my wife and I talk about that a lot, like the ability to hold grudges. Like people hold grudges and malice, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to step aside and say, I am the leader of a major nation, and I can't hold malice or even show that I hold malice, because you know what? Like the one thing I realized with Donald Trump, the meification concept, like this will never happen to me, but I can do it to you. Right? That's the concept that he works from. That's the angle that he works from when he doesn't say, Dick Cheney, we have different ideologies, different philosophy, but I can respect you for the position that you were in. And as such, you were the vice president of the United States, and he was the vice president of the United States for 8 years. It wasn't just like how Mike Pence was 4 years, and JD Vance is now going to be 4 years in to be vice president. He was the vice president of the United States for 8 years.
Mm-hmm. 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 So and he's a fellow Republican. It doesn't matter if you don't endorse or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I think the fellow I see your point. I see your point with saying that he's one of your own. He's one of your own.
Yeah, because usually they stick together, even if they decide not to support you, but they are, same affiliation.
Yeah. Yeah. Same party. Yeah. I hear that point. I do hear it. Before I forget, like John, happy birthday to my brother. Today's his big birthday, one of his big birthdays. never likes to talk about his own birthday, but Jermaine Cameron, happy birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday, yeah, my friend. Bless up.
You
Bless
know,
up, Jermaine.
you know, and
Yes, happy birthday.
you know, hopefully he's enjoying it a lot. You know, so that's that. Also, condolences out to our family members and everybody else. We didn't. Oh, we still. Oh, her. So I forgot something. My aunt brought up something that would be nice, which is that there's a lantern that they're selling. If anybody can purchase the lanterns, it's on Amazon. Let me see if I can find my phone. Here's my phone. It's for $15, and I would like to put them in the barrel. So if anybody wanted to support the Jamaica Relief by purchasing these lanterns, it has a charger on it. It's solar powered. It's solar powered. Let me see if I can find the name of it. And they're 60% less. They buy four pack collapsible portable LED camping lantern, lightweight, waterproof, solar USB rechargeable flash, right? With free shipping, a 4-pack. They're $15.99. I don't see the name of it, but it's a 4-pack collapsible portable LED camping light lantern. So if anybody want to purchase that and send some to me, we could talk off year. We could pick them up. You send them from community board office, and we're still collecting donations, right? I'm about to send off a couple of barrels and a few other things to Jamaica for everyone who needs it. So if anybody want to donate dry goods, right, dry goods. We're good with clothing, so we don't need the clothes, but any other tarp, if you want to donate the generator, you want to donate certain things to send off to Jamaica, we're still here. Medical supplies, we're still here. And I also want to pay homage to the members in our families that we lost, Andre, and you know, deeply moved by what has happened. So again, Hurricane Melissa Relief, you can reach out. You could, if you want to send a donation, you could sell it to me directly. We could reach out for that if you want to do that. If you want to bring something,
You want to put your number in?
yeah, you can put my number in. Right.
Hey, say the number again.
It's 718-791-3950. You could add Zelle, or you could purchase a couple of lanterns, bring them over. They're $15. I would like to purchase 100 lanterns. So what's that? So that's 4. That's 25. So 25 times 15, whatever that works out to be, about $400. That would be great. That's it for me.
Just want to wish everybody a wonderful weekend. And since next week is Thanksgiving, please enjoy, be safe, and that's it. God bless.
Be thankful for where you are, right? No matter how you look at it, there's somebody who's worse than you are. No matter how you look at it, there's somebody worse, and no matter how you look at it, there's somebody better. That you could always strive to be, and strive not to complain as much, because there's always somebody in a different position from you. All right. So thank you so much, and enjoy.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Peace.
All right.